welcome back to another episode of the Female Empowered Podcast. This is the show for women in wellness who are building profitable, sustainable businesses that they can be proud of and make as much of an impact in their communities as possible, as well as in their own families. So today's episode is a super special one. I never thought we'd get this milestone, but I am now recording my 300th episode. It's crazy. 300 episodes. I remember back in 2021 when my team at the time consisted of Michelle Fernandez, she was helping me with social media, Kristen Kaplan was my project manager, and Latasha Doyle, who's still my content strategist, were saying I need a podcast. And I was like, no, I can't have one more thing on my plate that I have to be responsible for. And they said, all you have to do is record the episodes and we will take care of the rest. And basically that is what sparked the Female Empowered Podcast. It started with, I was doing these series called Female Fridays where I was featuring just women in wellness and fitness, and it transformed itself into a podcast, and I'm on my 300th episode. It's crazy. So today, what I'm going to do is I am going to shout out a bunch of other people, specifically women, who have helped me make this podcast as well as my business what it is today. So rather than spotlighting myself, I want to use this episode to spotlight all of the women that helped me get to where I am today. The designers, the mentors, the business besties, my podcast guests, my clients turned collaborators, my Pilates in the Grove team, and women who empower other women every single day. Because I truly believe that it's all about collaboration over competition. And so tune into this episode. Maybe your name will be featured on this episode. And so today is a celebration of you, a celebration of all of you, a celebration to my listeners, a celebration to the women who have helped me get to where I am today. So let's get started. How about it? So first off, I would be amiss if I didn't first and foremost thank my mother, Maria Cristina Ramirez, Nina, who brought me into this world and showed me what real work ethic is. Single mom raising 3 kids without a college education. And I certainly would not have the opportunities I have today if she had not paved the way, set the ground rules, sacrificed for herself so that we could have more. So Mom, I don't think you listen to my podcast, but I just want to give you a shout out and say none of this would be what it is today without her. Secondly, I want to give a huge shout out to my mother-in-law, Leslie Gurka, who's no longer with us. We miss her every day, but she gave me one of the first checks when I was expanding from Pilates on the beach to Pilates in the Grove. She cut me a check, no questions asked. She was one of our biggest supporters, a client, and she was an amazing, amazing mother-in-law, mother to my husband and my brother-in-law Seth, and an amazing grandmother to my 2 children. So those 2 women certainly were impactful in my life, as was my grandmother, my mom's mom, who again is no longer with us, who made us laugh every single day of her life, who took me to Vegas many times. And actually, there's a funny story. Some of my closest friends know the story. She brought me a diamond ring one time at the middle of the blackjack table, which was very funny and confusing to everyone else at the blackjack table, and just said, Krista, she had a Latin accent, Krista, I think you'd want this. This is beautiful like you, and this is for you. I love you, Krista. So my grandmother, I love you and miss you all the time. And now I'd like to start with women who've poured into me as my own personal mentors and coaches, the ones who held space for me, who taught me to see bigger than the vision I had of myself, who challenged my thinking, and who reminded me that I did not have to figure it out all by myself. So back in 2013, I think it was. My first business experience in business coaching was with Nikki. I can't even remember her last name at this point. Her company was called The Cocktail CEO. And she's the one that actually, I think I was on a webinar and I'll never forget this. I've told the story a bunch of times. They were talking about brick and mortar businesses, and I didn't even know what a brick and mortar meant. I had to Google it while we were on the call. What does brick and mortar mean? And so that was my first experience with business coaching. And she was amazing. And she really, really showed me what it was like to have a business, to own a business. She helped me design my core values with my team. And so, yeah, that was my first realization that this could be bigger than myself. Other people that I have learned from, people whose mentors or masterminds I've been a part of, Risha Hawk. I was part of her mentorship back in 2020. Claire Pelletreau, who did Get Paid Marketing, I did her mentorship, mastermind twice. I'm currently in Ashley Brock's Win with Paid Ads mastermind, and all led by women. And so also all ran their businesses a little bit different. And so it was really exciting for me, not only to learn from these women, but also to see how they run their businesses from the inside out so that I could take what worked for me and leave what I didn't. And it's always great to really to sit in space with other business owners and just recognize that the issues and the problems that we all have, and everything is figure outable. Yeah, definitely. I learned a lot from all of these women, and I feel like I'm a lifelong learner. And so I love being in learning mode. Those were great mentorships. Also, I've been very transparent. I loved my boutique fitness mastermind that I was in coming out of COVID. There was the 7-figure tier, and that is where I met some of my business besties, which I will shout out and highlight a little bit later. But I really appreciate everything that I learned in the boutique fitness mastermind and the lifelong friendships that I will certainly, I feel, have for the rest of my life. I want to acknowledge also the women behind all of the spreadsheets and contracts, the financial minds, the legal experts who helped me make smarter, informed decisions and build a business that's both profitable and protected. So these women have brought clarity to the chaos and helped me own my role as CEOs. Shout out to Sandy York, a Fit Money coach, who's been my bookkeeper for the last 4 years, maybe. Everything again blurs together after 2020, but I believe the last 4 years, she really, really helped me and was a huge integral part of the transition and my acquisition, sitting in on calls and helping explain the books, during the quality of earnings report. She is an amazing asset to any team. So shout out to Sandy, Fit Money Coach, and also to Danielle Hayden and her team, Aubrey and Kelsey, and all of them over at Kickstart Accounting. They're the money team inside my mentorship programs. So they have helped the businesses inside my program tremendously, and have also been great sounding boards for me when I've had some questions. Their company is a full service bookkeeping, and they even offer accounting services as well. So Sandy York, Fit Money Coach, and the women over at Kickstart Accounting Inc. have really been integral in the growth of not only Pilates in the Grove, but also Fit Biz Strategies and my Christa Gurka brand. Now for the creatives, the women who helped bring my vision to life and helped me really clarify my vision, from websites to brand photos to messaging that actually resonates with me and my ideal audience. The women that helped me look as professional as I was growing to feel in my professional life. So my website, my branding, my visual identity, Jess Creatives, Jessica Freeman from Jess Creatives. She built my website at Pilates in the Grove and really brought that business, that brand to life. And then my ride or die, Latasha Doyle, founder and CEO of Uncanny Content. I truthfully don't know where I would be without this woman. She will be featured on an episode very soon because I'm flying out to Denver to have a VIP day with her and work on more branding and marketing and content for everyone. So she literally has been with me since right after the inception of my Christa Gurka brand, and has made Christa Gurka what it is today. She's my sounding board. She helps me with a podcast, with the words, with the messaging, with the website copy, with my emails, with my ad copy. I mean, literally, I really don't know what I would do without her. She's also one of the coaches in the group. She's expert. She helps with these women with SEO, with website copy, with email promotions. And she is a plethora and a wealth of knowledge. And like I said, I don't know where I'd be without her and her business. She writes, for the most part, all the words that you read on my website and in my emails. And so it has been a tremendous honor to work with her for these last 4 years. This podcast wouldn't be what it is without the women who said yes to being on the mic with me. Truthfully, each guest brought her own perspective, her wisdom, her vulnerability, and their stories have not only inspired me, but countless of women who listen every week. And you, as listeners, have reached out to me and let me know how it's affected you. And it's just really, really amazing that some of these women, what they shared. And I'm so grateful to them. So, anyone who has been on my podcast, some are repeat guests. Thank you to all the women who've had a voice, took a seat at the mic, and volunteered their time to be on this podcast with me. Next, I'd like to give a shout out to the women who have mentioned my name, shared my work, shouted me out in rooms I wasn't in, and believed in what I was doing, even though they didn't have to. Your support to me, your referrals are priceless. So shout out to Shantae Cofield, AKA the Movement Maestro. She has sent me more referrals and shouted me out on her socials. I appreciate you. Lex Lancaster, who's been a huge supporter of mine as well. People that have added me to their websites and have shared my name and my podcast. Each and every share is just so appreciated by me. And if it gives me the platform and the ability to help one more woman in wellness and help them create a business that accomplishes what they want in life, I'm just so, so appreciative for all of you that are always sharing my podcast. There's a lot of you out there that share my podcast. Katie D'Amato, Balanced by Katie, she's always sharing my podcast. Laura Summer, she's always sharing my podcast. Carrie Pages shares my podcast a lot. There's so many of you out there that share my podcast. I really, really appreciate it. Beth from Balance Yoga and Pilates. There's just so many of you that I'm so incredibly appreciative of, the opportunity to share my wisdom with you and that you find it valuable enough to share with other people. There are then women I've learned from, some from afar, some through books, courses, different online content. And you may not realize the role you've played, but you've made me a better therapist, a better business owner, a better mom, a better leader, a better Pilates instructor. And so some of the women that I've learned from, Anna Hartman from Movement Rev, she's one of the smartest people I know. Anna, I hosted her to teach one of her courses at our studio at Pilates in the Grove. Sherry Berkowitz, Madeline Black, Carrie Pages. There are so, so many people in the Pilates and physical therapy realm that I have learned from that leveled me up to be a better practitioner, a better instructor, a better business leader and coach. And so there are so many of you I really, really appreciate. And like I said, the women that I learned from before, Claire Pelletreau from on marketing, Ashley Brock, who I'm learning from right now on paid ads. There are so many people that I am honored to be in the room with, and I hope to be that for other people as well. Then there are the women that I talk to on the regular, my business besties, my mastermind sisters, the close friends who hear the wins and the meltdowns, the ones I Voxer with on the treadmill or Zoom with late at night or FaceTime with from time to time. You've all kept me sane, grounded, encouraged always. So the women that were in my BFS mastermind, Amanda Freeman, Carrie Sadowitz, Felicia Alexander, Hagen, Willie, our soul male who was always there and is currently always there, Lisa Hirsch Solomon, Beth Bishop, all of you guys. I know that if I picked up a phone and needed something, you would all be there. Carrie, Felicia, Lisa, you guys have been my rock during the acquisition, during the hard times, maybe some tears along the way. I really don't know where I'd be without your friendship, without your inspiration, without your stand by me ness. I'll never forget entering the room, the Zoom room of that mastermind and thinking, damn, I'm in this room with the founder of SLT and the founder of Fitting Room and Jennifer Manavy, the founder of Physique 57. I am, what am I doing in this room? And the kindness and the fact that we have now become, again, what I think is lifelong friends. I don't know where I'd be because I think it was you women that showed me what was available to me in terms of selling my business, in terms of growing my business, in terms of being able to step away from the day to day. And whether you know it or not, I'm eternally, eternally grateful for all of you. So thank you so much. The behind the scenes heroes. Every successful business is built with a team. And if you don't think that's true, you're kidding yourself. So I've been lucky to work with women who truly care, whether it's podcast editing, scheduling, onboarding, operations. This takes a village to do what we do. You guys deserve more credit than I could ever give in one episode, but I'm going to shout you out anyways now. Sarah was my very first VA. I hired her back in 2020. Catch Creative Labs is her company. She's based out of the Philippines. She did my podcast editing, my video editing, my website. She built my first website. She built one of the Pilates and Grove websites. She and her team were instrumental in me growing to where I was able to get to. And I couldn't imagine that we would have worked together more than 3 months, let alone she was on my team for like 3.5 years. So Sarah, I'm eternally grateful to you and your team. Courtney Moody, my current VA, who we've been working for over a year now. So thank you so much for everything that you have done. Kristen Kaplan, who was my very first project manager. She was the one that helped me streamline, get myself on Asana, get myself on different Airtable and different types of platforms that really, really helped me streamline my operations. My current executive assistants, Darcy Smith and Amanda Rashford, they're really, really helpful to me. I can text them on a weekend at night, ask them to help, and they're always available to help me out. Again, Latasha is currently still on my team, and I couldn't imagine what I would be doing without her. Thank you to Kioscope PPC, who helps me when I need help running ads. She has also helped some of the women in the group. I'm always eternally grateful for your support and your guidance. And then finally, the people on my Pilates in the Grove team. I mean, there are so many women and men that helped me get to where I was when I exited the company. I'm definitely going to forget some names here, but I'll try to see if I remember as many people as possible. So Tracy, DeAndrea, Terry, Alex, Kelsey, Kelly. We had a lot of Kelseys and a lot of Kellys. Claudia, Marisha, Tiffany, Marvin, Imani, Lauren, another Lauren, couple Stephanies. We had Stephanie and Stephanie. Becky, my very first, well, she was an intern from back when I opened in 2010. Becky, I still remember you. You were so inspiring back then. So Marcia, Lisa, Steve, and Josh, my COOs, Steve, the first COO I ever hired. I mean, so instrumental in helping me turn Pilates in the Grove around. Marilyn, Julie, Kristen, Caitlin. Gosh, there's so many people. So many people. Courtney, two Courtneys. We had Ashley. So I'm eternally grateful for everything you all have done, putting up with me when I was difficult. I recognize I was a lot, and sticking with me, seeing the vision all the way through, and how all of you have really handled the transition, with me transitioning out, other people transitioning in. I'm just really proud to have worked alongside you for, over the years, and getting to watch what Pilates in the Grove has come to be over the 15 years that we were open and working together. I would be amiss if I didn't thank Mitch McGinley and Kristen from Boutique Fitness Broker, who helped me get my deal across the finish line. Thank you guys for sticking with me through thick and thin. I really, really appreciate all of that. I'm quite sure that there are people that I am missing, but I want to thank also the women who have seen the value in what I offer, the women that have signed up for my groups, my current inner circle members, Beth and Carol and Rosie and Amanda and Karen and Jen, Donna, Erica, Lauren, Amy, Audrey. There are so many, Nicole, there are so many of you women, that the first women in the inner circle, Lauren and Katie, my women in the Fit Biz community, Melissa, Amanda, Kristen, Molly, Laura. Oh my gosh, there's so many of you. Bridget, I'm definitely forgetting names at this point. Molly, Megan, there's just so many of you. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much for believing in me, for trusting in me to help you in your business journey. I am forever indebted to you, because without you, the Fit Biz Strategies, Christa Gurka brand would not be here. Thank you to all of the clients that have come to Pilates in the Grove, that believed in me, all of the athletes that saw value in what I was offering and were willing to work around my schedule to be able to work with you. I really am just so grateful. I have a wonderful, wonderful life, a wonderful business, a wonderful family. I am truly lifted up and passionate about what I'm doing. And without people that have trusted me, vested in me, lifted me up, shouted out my name, gave me a chance. That's one thing. People that have given me a chance to be in the room. I'm just so, so grateful. And if I forgot anybody, I apologize, but know that if you've had any little bit of a touch point with me, I am grateful for all of you. So as I wrap up this 300th episode and looking forward to the next 300th more, I'm reminded that no woman builds a business alone. None of us do. We rise together. We fall together, we have breakdowns together. And whether we work together for a season or you're still by my side day to day, I thank you for being part of my story, for being a part of my journey. This milestone belongs to all of us. And until next time, my friends, bye for now.